So before I prayed on this bridge for God to tell me where my house is, here's a small part of the backstory. You see, I've always wanted a turnkey house because I'm not the best with my hands. But when we couldn't find anything next to the Delaware River, my wife suggested that we look for land. Now, in the past, I've shut her down because I don't know anything about that, and I didn't want to go that route either. But when I finally gave way to it, all of a sudden, it was like a domino effect of pieces coming together. That'll definitely preach for a second, because there are things that God wants to do in your life that you are getting in the way of. But when you let go and yield to Him, you will see miracles happen in your life. Anyway, we came to this piece of property right here on a street called High Road. We also took a look at another piece of property in a city called Sparrowbush that was on the Delaware River. I didn't really like the Sparrowbush property, and they had an old site plan that wasn't where we wanted the house. We wanted to put it higher up on the property, but it would have cost way too much money, and there was a lot of road noise coming by. You could definitely still hear road noise up here. And then when it came to the High Road property, my wife didn't really like this property because there's a neighbor with a truck in his yard, and it was just, she didn't like it. But both of those pieces of property are next to the Pond Eddy Bridge that we're standing on right now. And I came out to this very spot on the bridge, and I felt the presence of God. And I'm not just saying that because it looks really pretty. I'm saying I actually felt a presence of the Lord when I stood in that place. So a couple weeks went by, and I told my wife, hey, I really want to go back over to the Pond Eddy Bridge because I would like to pray and worship on the bridge because I think that our house is near that bridge. I was walking on this part of the bridge, and I prayed to the Lord that He would send a car down this bridge to tell us where our house is. I kid you not. And there I was standing right here when all of a sudden a car started to come down this bridge. And now you got to know, cars don't really come down this bridge that much because it's just a one-car bridge and there's only like 10 houses over there. So this car is coming down, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? They don't know what I just prayed, but I know. And I'm like, I got to stop this car and talk to them. So the guy rolls down his window, and I'm like, hey, isn't this a very nice area? You know, and just kind of small talk him a little bit. And then there's this lady in the car with him, and she goes, why, are you looking? And I'm like, yeah, I am. She proceeds to tell the man in the car, hey, tell him. And I'm like, what do you got to tell me, man? Tell me. And long story short, he basically says, well, you know, I'm a power of attorney of a hoarder house that's down the road right here, and we're on a date right now, so, you know, maybe some other time I could show it to you. And the lady in the car is like, no, let's go see it. Go show it to him now. I'm fine with it, no problem. So my wife, who is on the side of the road right here in this parking lot called the Millbrook Inn, she was changing our daughter. I come back over to her, and I'm like, hey, this guy's going to show us a house. And she's like, what? And as we pulled into that driveway, the Lord definitely gives you a peace that surpasses understanding, because there is nothing that I could understood about me wanting this property. A guy that always wanted a turnkey house that finally gave way to searching for land. Now I'm going to give way to fixing up a hoarder house. I don't know nothing. Here's the driveway going in, and that's another part of this story. God bless you. Have a good day.